Today I'm going to teach you about how to liberate in thoughts and afflictions. I don't remember, I saw this in one book, it's really good. I don't remember which one is. So, as beginner practitioners, we work at the concentration of mindfulness through attention by applying conceptual awareness to the acts we perform in everyday situations. To our relationships with our family, with our friends, and we try to keep them sort of positive by maintaining awareness of how our actions have good or bad or on others and on the surrounding situations. Actually, this kind of constant mindful attention is much more powerful and effective than just reciting mantras without good visualization. Usually people recite the mantra or rituals, but no visualization. It's almost like useless. It's just saying and with lots of thoughts, no visualizations, no concentrations, just saying mantra. I mean, they're good, they're good, but not very strong practice. When you recite mantra or whatever, you really have to visualizations, whatever you practice, Vajrasattva, Guru Yoga, we have so many things, but the most important part is you have to really make sure of the correct visualization, right? And then this mantra and rituals very good. But without visualization, it's not so powerful, I think, not so powerful. Like for me, sometimes I just very short time and I have to, recite something without visualization. After I've done, my mind is still like, it's not so much changed, So, but this kind of mindfulness, attention, it's really powerful, very good. And being aware of other is an antidote to negative actions, And working with our mind in this way brings about positive change in ourselves. So now I would like to teach you today this. According to the level of the practitioner, there are 3 styles of liberating arising thoughts or afflictions. So this I think today good because we just finished the retreat, Vipassana retreat. So I think this really good. It's kind of related to Vipassana teachings. So the first level that the greater practitioners has the best understanding of the fundamental base, the source of samsara and nirvana, and where both samsara and nirvana are self-perfected. They call self-perfected. We do not need to do anything to liberate thoughts and afflictions because there is no judgment in this state. Great. This is great practitioner. We are totally integrated in presence, so there are no limitation to our activities. So this style of liberation is primordial liberation, or we call it self-arising, self-liberation. So here thoughts and afflictions spontaneously self-liberated into the empty space of the mind simultaneously and effortlessly, immediately upon arising. So this is the state of the complete realization of Dzogchen masters or great teachers who walk, talk, eat, and do everything without being distracted or influenced by thoughts. It's amazing, we can do that. It's a very high level, this kind of, when they're eating, when they're talking, when they whatever, it looks like they're doing exactly what we do, but they're just no disturbed. That's the first, very highest, very great practitioners. At the second level, that if the regular practitioner, or what do you call it, average or regular practitioner, liberation is by self-observation. When a sense perception or affliction such as anger, jealous or arises, in this case there is effort involved because we do something to try to integrate. When we get angry, we try to remain in the state of contemplation or try to observe the affliction and liberate it within ourselves. So we liberate it when we see that the real nature of the affliction is emptiness, right? Just as the real nature of our mind is emptiness. Understand? We try to see things as they are instead of being taken over by the affliction. This style of liberation is called liberation upon arising. It requires the effort of observation and recognition of the affliction, but not the use of an antidote such as love or renunciation, to overcome anger, or visualization of the deity, so like that, and in order to self-liberate it. This is what we call second level, or just regular practitioners, right? At the third level, that of the lower practitioner or beginner, right? Beginner. There is the difficulty in integrating with the state of contemplation and self-liberating thoughts and afflictions. So we must try to work more with mindful awareness in connection with the body and the senses, recognizing afflictions when they arise, and then not follow after them, right? That's what we do for the beginners. For example, when an affliction arises, we can work with it by asking ourselves whether it has beneficial or harmful effects for ourselves or others, So we have to recognize that affliction is sort of illusory, like a dream. That is why the attention has to be mindful. This is liberation through mindful attention and requires the effort of applying mindfulness in order not to follow the thoughts and afflictions. So we can take the sense perception of hearing a sound as an example, okay? So if the, ear senses consciousness, hears a sound, whether beautiful or unpleasant, there are three ways of dealing with it. That's also related these three styles. What do you call it? Liberate, right? So, for example, the greater practitioners' way is to allow the sound to self-liberate, freeing it by leaving it in the state of presence as it arises. This is natural self-liberation. It's difficult for us, right? If you are not there yet. This is what we call natural self-liberation. And the second, the regular or the the average practitioner way is to liberate the sound by recognizing it on the horizon. This is self-liberation on arising. And then third, the beginner practitioner's way is the deliberately not to follow the sense perception with the mind when it has arisen. So this is self-liberation by mindful attention. However, we can practice with second and third self-liberations, but first self-liberation is difficult. So if self-liberation does not work for us, the great practitioners, that one, that doesn't mean that it is not suitable. It is suitable for the greater practitioners. It does not work for us because we have not yet developed that capacity, because we make sort of dualistic judgment, right, and are conditioned by circumstance too much. So in general, there is a way of deal with energy. So when we start to practice, we are in the condition of the beginner practitioner. We are like really, for instance, like a butter lamp that can be blown out by the wind. That is movement of energy, such as thoughts and afflictions can easily distract our practice. So for this reason, all our activities of body and mind should be positive and virtuous, and we should renounce any sort of experience that is obstacle to practice rather than immediately try to integrate it. So attain realization is not such, a long path. Once we become sort of able to integrate all our movements of energy in our practice. Practice not only, sitting in meditation, reciting mantras, or chanting. It is the application of practice in daily life that is most difficult. Working with our energy in every life situation, with sort of every sense perception, with every person we met, whether we want to encounter that person or not, So if you continue to practice meditation, then your experience will gradually increase, and there will be greater and better and better in stability. However, remember, the experience that can arise in meditation can take different forms. These days, my student always, many people asked me, I think they have a little bit problem with their experience, Sometimes they have a good experience, sometimes not good experience. They have worry and, hope in all this. So I think you should know that sometimes you feel that you have amazing, tremendous meditation, and at other times you feel that you have no meditation at all, So whatever meditation experience arises, you should recognize that it is just, really temporary, a good or bad experience. You just need to continue to rest in this recognition of the mind's nature or whatever you practice. Especially you practice shamatha a lot, I think you will get so many experiences. Some are good, some are not good, like that. But just let them go and continually, practice. Because one of Milarepa, right? One of Milarepa's student had a different experience. He asked his teacher, Milarepa. He always, sometimes when he meditates and he recites some rituals, and sometimes he experienced he saw red color of deity, or sometimes blue, black, or so many different, even though he visualized on one deity, sometimes he experienced different ways, different forms, kind of experiences, and then he, wait a minute, this is not really correct. For instance, I'm practice the Vajrasattva, and visualize Vajrasattva. Sometimes he see a white color, sometimes yellow color, sometimes red color, sometimes he has so many arms, sometimes just 2 arms, so many different experiences. And then he asked Milarepa, and Milarepa said, it's not a problem. He said, it's not a problem, and it's not good either. Just experience, It's just really doesn't mean anything. And just to go back and do more practice. He told him. Milarepa says, his student also asked him, I need help because it's kind of my meditation is maybe not really correct, because of this experience. And Milarepa says that you should not worry about your experience. The worrying about meditation experience is like worrying about what you see when you press your eyes and you see double. You know that? You press like this and look at moon and you see the 2 moons. He says if you press your eyes and you look at the moon, you're likely to see 2 moons. When I was very young, I did this so many times like that. Press my eyes. Sometimes I see double. Sometimes I see so many different colors. So it's kind of so it's like that. It's when you press your eyes, you see double things, and then you think, "Oh, I'm really something special," because everybody is just to see, 1 moon, and but I see 2 moons. So I'm kind of special. Maybe my practice is, very good. Or maybe you worry, you think I'm really in trouble now because everybody sees 1 month, but I see 2 months. So when you have meditation experience, it's like, seeing 2 months when you press your eyes. They are neither good nor bad, right? Just you see. You really don't want, you don't need to worry too much. Of course, good experience really sometimes make you very kind of special, sometimes I do that. My meditation is really good. I have this amazing, tremendous experience arise in my mind. And sometimes, I can't meditate. What's wrong with me? So many times I did this. So it's kind of looks worse and worse. What happened? That's the really obstacle for your meditation. If you worry and if you think kind of you pride, I'm very special or like that. So after that, your meditation is worse and worse. It's really not good. And sometimes also if you have a good experience, don't tell anybody. That's also obstacle. I have that experience. If I tell somebody, I saw this and that in my meditation or something, I know, or I can read your mind, what you are thinking now. And then if I tell somebody that, after that my meditation go down. I don't know why, but that's. I think you should keep your experience good or bad. And if you really want to tell your teacher, of course you should. Other than that, why you tell other people? Just to keep your experience secretly. That's, I think, always good. So just you need to, without attached to your experience, right? And without worrying your experience, and just to let go everything and do your practice continually, and then Mapam Rinpoche said, as we are practitioner, sometimes we have a good experience, sometimes bad. It's like if you go to long journey and drive in, sometimes you have a very nice road, sometimes very bad. In long journeys, you see so many, different roads and like that. It's like your experience like that. You just let them go and just do practice. The most, if you really investigate, you want to investigate whether your meditation good or not, you should investigate how much you have a compassion, how much you have a wisdom mind, how much you have a bodhicitta mind. If your compassion, bodhicitta increase, develop, then this is the best sign. That means your meditation is correct and really you are diminishing, right? The afflictions. And even though you have so good experience, you see the Buddha, sometimes you hear, talk with you, like that. It's possible. It's very possible, that kind of experience. But when you investigate your your compassion, bodhicitta, it's not so good. That means even though you have a great experience, that doesn't mean your meditation is correct. So only Patrul Rinpoche, Mapam Rinpoche, Longchenpa, all these great masters always say one thing is the good sign you have if your meditation going up, increase, develop, you get more compassion. That's the intrinsic nature, right? You can, that's intrinsic nature. Your compassion going up, compassion, bodhicitta, and faith, devotion. All these are just automatically rising. If you have a great meditation, then you don't need to worry about your experience. I just let you know that. That's very easy, right? So if you have also sometimes your meditation is really good, and then sometimes there is another sign, like when you go to sleep and you have lots of dreams, good dreams, bad dreams, and you recognize, oh, this is a dream. This is a dream. Nothing exists really. I'm dreaming, while you are dreaming, you recognize that also very good sign. Your meditation. And you don't recognize you dream, you got a lots of things and you are very happy, or maybe you lose something, you're very unhappy. That means you are just an ordinary person, right? But you recognize, and sometimes somebody give you good things, and then you just very happy, and then you just recognize, oh, this is a dream. It's not really exist. It's not really happening. It's just a dream. Recognize, and then that means a really good sign, another good sign. Understand? All right, today meditate on 3 channels with I think with whatever your daily practice. Okay, some of you I know practice Guru Yoga, some are practicing about Tara, some are practicing about Vajrasattva, something like that. And if you are not Buddhist, you also practice these 3 channels with usually what we say spear of light at your heart center. So, of course, many of you know how to practice these 3 channels, but I'm going to give you the explanation because maybe some are new, so maybe don't know. So this practice is very powerful and easy, and it makes your mind really calm and peaceful, right? So you first visualize 3 channels in your body. Deepak and you from India, right? Deepak is not from India, but in India, the channels is very common. Many people practice on the channels, and I know some great yogi in India, and they always teach the physical body and channels and like that. I really like it, and they're really good teachers there. So maybe easy to understand 3 channels. So you have to visualize. These are it's not part of your body, but it's your energy. So visualize 3 channels in your body, and 3 channel means right and left, and then center channel. So right and left channel start from your nostrils and goes up in top of your eyes, and then goes down the side of your body, and both right and left channel, and then 2 channels start from your nostrils. You have to visualize from your nostrils, right? And then the right and left channel goes down on the right and left side, and until they reach the bottom of the torso. At this point, they merge together into the central channel, okay? Into the central channel, and then goes up towards the heart. Okay, now you understand that, right? Heart center, if you practice about Vajrasattva, visualize Vajrasattva, a lotus top of the moon or sun disk, and then visualize Vajrasattva, heart center, and then this, what do you call it, your breath. This also practice with your breath, right? So heart center, you visualize, for instance, if you practice Vajrasattva, you visualize Vajrasattva. If you practice Guru Yoga, visualize Buddha or Padmasambhava. If you practice Tara, you visualize Tara at your heart center, whatever you practice, okay? And then the breath reaches the heart center. The breath dissolves into that whatever you practice. You know, if you practice Vajrasattva, you visualize Vajrasattva, right? So your breath dissolves into Vajrasattva, and then without thinking anything, just sit for a few minutes. I mean, just rest, and then do rest and meditation, you know. Understand? If you are not Buddhist and don't practice these deities and Buddhist, and then you just a heart center, you visualize sphere of light, okay? And then your breath, breathe in, goes into channel, and then up central channel, and then you heart center, you visualize the heart, the sphere of light, and your breath dissolve, reach the heart center and dissolve into that sphere of light, and then just relax. So understand? Yeah. We can turn off this. If you get in cold, if you turn off that, it's kind of noisy, right? Oh, thank you. All right. What?
So the two channels, they go all the way down.
Yep.
How far down do they go? Below the belly?
Below the bottom of your torso, and then there at this point they merge into the central channel. I have a picture, but I didn't bring it today. That so it's a, because when you visualize, you do this. I think you should do that usually if you want to practice. Visualize. First, you visualize. First, you really need to kind of make sure your postures, you know, in order to practice this. So your arms, your legs, and everything is fine, but the most important is your back is make sure straight. And after that, then you just visualize two channels, right and left channel, from your nostrils, top your eye, and then down, and then merge into central channel. And so this with breath, right? When you breathe in from your nostrils, and then your breath goes in the channel. The channels are very clear, and they're empty, right? They're empty and clear. So breathe in, and two channels, and then goes into central channel, and then your heart center, whatever you visualize you can do many. You can visualize syllables, you can visualize lights, you can visualize image of Buddha, you can visualize root teacher, whatever most important in your life. You can visualize your family. Not sure that, but so whatever you visualize, and then your breath dissolve into your heart center, and then really nice. In that moment, you really you will get a very peacefulness and very calm. So some people recognize their nature mind when they do this. If you don't recognize, that's just fine. Just relax in that very calm and peaceful, and then feel it, and then really just enjoy. Understand? Any questions? Yeah, this easy. All right. Can we practice 20 minutes? All right. We done?
One really quick question.
No problem.
So when the breath dissolves in the heart center, what do we visualize when we exhale? When we exhale, do we visualize?
Oh, yeah. Well, people ask me this. So I think usually I do like more focus on inhale very gently, softly, and then just ignore like exhale. You don't have to visualize any, because when you inhale and then dissolve into your visualization, and then there are two ways. You can ignore your exhale, or you can, when you're ready to exhale, you also visualize all your negative karma, negative emotions, afflictions, or leaving from your body with the exhale. Say like, and then all your negative karma leaving from your body and mind. You can do that. Or you can just ignore, just to more focus on inhale, and then let your breath dissolve into your heart. So either way. Okay, yeah.
I'll post a picture of the 3-channel breathing on the website, so you can download it if you want to use it for your practice.
Yeah, this is, well, if you're a beginner, then it's good. It helps if you have a picture, but you do this many, many times, then no problem, easy. All right, just to relax. Just to relax. Bring your mind back. Be aware of your, what is that? Once your mind and body together, and then you can start meditation. 3 channels with your breath. Very good. We have 5 minutes. If you have no question, do some mantra for the 28 people killed, the children, very bad, and something other bad things happening in this world right now. So we should say some prayers and mantras for those, especially killer, very bad karma. And no reason, right? No reason to kill. It's very bad karma. So if you know, say mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, right? You know, Om Mani Padme Hum. It's Avalokiteshvaraya's mantra. If you know how to visualize Avalokiteshvaraya, that's good. If you don't know, then just fine. Say this mantra with your compassion, with your bodhicitta mind towards these people who killed, and very deeply, strongly your compassion, thinking about those people who killed, and also who are very suffering, the parents, and these are very suffering now, very unhappy, I'm sure, and give them your happiness, compassion, love and kindness, and then say this mantra few times. Then we'll close say some prayers. We have this prayer here, closing prayers after that. So say some prayers, very good motivation, okay? With good motivation and with bodhicitta. Okay. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme me hoi, oi mana ba me ho. Oi mana ba me ho, oi mana ba me ho. Oi mana ba me hoi, oi mana ba me ho. Oi mana ba me ho, oi mana ba me ho. Oi mana ba me hoi, oi mana